What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Civilization 5 Superpowers AI only battle. I hope you're enjoying it so far. It does seem to be incredibly popular, so thank you so much for all the kind comments, and I do hope you continue to enjoy it going forward. But quickly, before we do that, I just want to announce there is a new EU4 multiplayer stream series kind of thing. Obviously, we just finished one. We're going to be starting a new one up on Saturday. There wasn't as much interest in Hearts of Irons, and I didn't really want to play it when I actually came to it because I realised I just don't know how. And like EU4, I'm not great, but I know what I'm doing. Hearts of Iron, I really have no idea now what I'm doing. It's been so long as well, and like I said, there's only a couple of people interested, and those guys are both interested in playing EU4 too. So overall, it doesn't really. It's easy if we can do EU4 with more people. Have a lot of fun, but that'll be starting on Saturday. Be sure to join the Discord in the description for any information. And if you don't use Discord and you want to join, just leave a comment and I'll find another way to sort of share with you that information so that you can take part. It will be the same time as usual, which is 7 to 9 p.m. British summer time. I believe it is at the moment, or whatever the time is in the UK if you Google it for your own time zones. I know Europe's mostly an hour ahead. America, obviously it depends where you are. America's too big at that point for me to know all the time zones. But yeah, if you're interested in joining that, be sure to let me know. And just the next thing, I'm not sure it'll affect this too much because this is an AI battle. But if I at any point seem frustrated in this video, it's because I just recorded about 55 minutes of a new Let's Play only to die in episode 1 at the end of that 55 minutes. Which obviously is my fault, but is incredibly frustrating. It happens way too much on this channel. So I just went straight into this. I thought I'd carry the energy on. I don't know if it'll work. It'll either motivate me, or I'll just be very tilted and angry. We'll find out. But that happens way too much. It's very annoying as a content creating person. At least now, I mean, the benefit to how I do the videos now is you don't see it. Whereas before, I'd put out like episodes 1 to 3, and then by the time I died in like episode 4, I feel like I'd let people down. Whereas now you don't see it, but obviously logistically, that is a nightmare because it means, you know, I don't have any videos for the week. So there is an issue to it, right? It's less disappointment for you guys, but it does mean I might have to miss stuff. So I mean, it doesn't really work. I'm sure I'll figure something out and fill the gap. But it's happened a lot. That's 2 Civ 6 in a row essentially, where I've tried something and you've not even seen episode 1. So hopefully we'll find something that works soon. But fingers crossed. Anyway, the Aztecs reconquer this city off the US. There is still plenty of space on this map, so it's gonna be quite interesting to see what happens. I haven't actually done. Have I not? I don't think I've recorded on this in like a week, so I need to familiarize myself, and I'm sure everyone else will appreciate that too. We have the Zulu v the Songhai going on in North Africa. What else we got going on? There is... Okay, Germany is still at war with everybody, that's right. But they're not dying at the moment, so it could be worse. They're holding on to all their stuff. That's what you want. China, that is not new. That's been there for a while. But yeah, the rest of the world seems pretty peaceful. Maybe Indonesia is going to be killed off. And Australia is still open. We do have some civs here, though, so maybe the settlers will come soon. Germany and Rome. Maybe a bit of a trek for their settlers. But the Inca are in the area. China's here. The Aztecs and Siam also out here, so we may see some settlers head down this way pretty soon, which will be quite interesting because this is a huge chunk of land. I mean, it's definitely going to add quite a bit. You know, a medium tier civ getting all of Australia probably moves them up towards the upper tier of this game, as China also completes the porcelain tower. Nice wonder for them. They of course have the Great Wall, so they're going to be a good defensive civ. Until I say that, artillery is probably not that far away. I can see there's an ironclad here, so maybe not for much longer. Not that anyone's really attacked them. You know, they had a war with Siam, but nothing changed hands. And I did see some comments, some people thinking Siam could be a dark horse, and I love that. I think definitely would love to see it. See if they could be the ones to get Australia, that would really help. But you know, they have a lot of land. You can't underestimate what they have in Southeast Asia and India. But yeah, there is definitely some huge civs out there, so they're going to need to do something to keep up because Russia's huge. I think Rome's doing really good as well. I think maybe they're being underestimated a bit. Germany, sadly, is going to struggle a bit going forward. And obviously, if they fall to Rome and Russia, those two are going to get even stronger, which is crazy. Obviously, the US is huge as well in North America, so we'll keep an eye on what they get up to. The Shoshone are not bad, but the US must be ahead, I'm guessing. And obviously, eventually, you think like a Brazil or the Inca, one of these might conquer the other one. That may come in. And obviously, Shaka's huge as well. That's the other one. See what he gets up to. between now and the end, which could be pretty big, pretty interesting. Interesting stuff to come. But what is going to be our next war? That is the big question. We haven't had any breakout so far today. It's just a peaceful day for the AI. No wars. World's Fair passed and Hinduism failed. That was going to always happen. I don't know how Indonesia even got to propose that. Worth a try, but it's the end of that dream anyway. Rome v Germany going on. Not too much success. Well, Russia got... They're very spread out. That would be my only concern. They are obviously huge, but, you know, if China did fully go for them, and China has great war infantry now, so they're picking up the pace tech-wise. I don't know. Could they get all the way from the west to the east quickly? That would be the question. Right, Brazil with a war against the Aztecs. Maybe. If the Inca... I think the Inca peaced out, though, so, yeah, they won't be able to do this alone. I guess the frigates could take this city. Yeah, I guess the rest of it's safe, and that would add some... The borders would be such a mess. I don't know what would actually happen with the tiles. Probably wouldn't get too many, because the capital's here and this city's bigger. I don't know how many. You might just get, you know, the circle around this city. You won't get much. China going after the Shoshone. Interesting choice. I mean, China does have more boats overall, and better boats, so... Yeah, this could be an interesting battle in the Pacific, and it didn't take long. We got some wars, which is what we like to see in the world. I mean, not really close. I guess they're both in the Pacific Ocean, technically. But there we go. We got some. That's all we wanted. Oh, man. This is... Okay, Germany, please. Please get this back. I nothing against Russia. It's just so gross for the borders. I was hoping for some nice big blobs with clean borders today, or this series, and we're not getting them. The US and the Aztecs continue to exchange this city. A great defense from the Aztecs. I mean, obviously, that's not... You're not going to win any awards for this defense, because you're not going to win the game from it, but, you know, they've really held up the US, who will be, you know, may regret this being slowed down. I mean, I don't know if the Shoshone is obviously a tougher war in numbers, but I think it would probably be easier to actually go after some of these cities. And obviously there's other areas the US could be going to as well. You know, they could get the rest of the Caribbean. They could even, I think, probably go to Ireland. I think, yeah, they can go in. They have explored this area. They're in the Atlantic, so they could get over there in theory. Bit weird they haven't. And Siam actually grabbed the city off Indonesia. They just keep on escaping Indonesia. They will not give up. There's another settler is popped out. We'll see if that actually makes it anywhere. But they lose this city to Siam, so it's hope it won't just be China. Siam also making some progress. And Persia's capital is going to fall to Egypt. I did not even notice that was going on. So that's going to be pretty big. Obviously, we saw Russia take Persepolis, the original capital, just beating Siam. But yeah, Egypt, I mean, this is, you know, they can't forgive them for giving away Memphis. But at least this will help. And, you know, maybe they could become a bit of a power in the Arabian Peninsula and the Middle East still. Because Russia's going to struggle to get through these mountains, no matter how good they are. So you could still go after Siam cities here. You could still have some progress here, although the Zulu adding some more settlers. And there we go. Rome did grab Frankfurt just there off Germany, so it's tough for Germany. They're still doing okay, and they're just going to fall short here, which is really sad. But you know, they still have the UK. They still have some good stuff in Europe, so maybe it's not completely over just yet, but it's not looking great. Russia is around Berlin, not really doing any sieging though, and the Aztecs once again regain that city. And we have an ideology. I think that's the fourth one, isn't it? We had two go very early. Oh no, autocracy is pretty popular, isn't it, if I remember correctly, as Egypt also go autocracy. We'll have a look here. I think, has it been mostly, yeah, almost all autocracy. China though is doing fine, no dissidents or anything. They've gone order, fair enough. And Siam grabbed two they snuck in. They got their revenge. I mean, it's gross for the borders, but it kind of, as long as they settle in here somewhere, like where Arabia would be, it could fix itself. But that sucks for Egypt. But yeah, I mean, that's what Russia did to Siam, so I guess it's all fair in the end. And they also conquered Medan here, and that Indonesian settler died as well. So just a couple of units left for them, which probably will get killed this turn unless there's a peace deal. Of course, if there is, I don't think anyone could declare war on them, so they will essentially just survive forever, which is quite funny. But I guess I can kill them off. But, you know, we don't have to do that. We don't have to be mean. Rome. Right, Rome. What's happening? Did they... Yeah, they're going to hold on to Frankfurt. No worries at all. They're probably also going to grab Cologne. I mean, they just need to stay in... Let Russia do the work. Just keep a unit close by for Berlin, I guess. But yeah, if they can get Cologne, that'd be pretty useful. And Hamburg maybe as well. Another autocracy ideology. Shoshone. I guess we're not going to get freedom anymore. We're back on domination only. Normality's been restored. And there we go. China is actually going to move into North America. I was not expecting this, but they're actually going to go in here and grab some stuff on the west coast. And that is not a blow to the USA, but interesting from China. You know, leaving Siam alone, leaving Russia. Obviously, Russia's probably a good idea, even though I think they'd actually have a lot of success against these cities. They're very exposed, while Russia is focused on Berlin. The Zulu have entered the modern era. It's only 1180 AD, very early on, but there we go. And we have the World's Fair. Russia well ahead on that. The Shoshone coming second, actually. That's quite impressive. So what did Russia got? A culture increase of 100%, a free social policy, and points towards the golden age. That'll be very useful for them. Shoshone, the US, China, Brazil, Egypt, Siam, and the Zulu all got silver, so they didn't get the culture increase, but they all get a free social policy and the golden age points. And then some golden age points also for Rome, the Inca, and the Songhai. Germany, the Aztecs. Yeah, these civs not really contributing. Persia's obviously died now. Some more Zulu settlers as Africa continues to fill up. There's still some spaces, but a new city from Songhai. Rome with a lot of units in the Mediterranean, and they definitely, I would put them over Egypt and the Songhai in this area, so that could be interesting in the future. I don't think having less civs is going to make things, you know, it's easier to like specialize in things. I don't know if that makes sense, but like Rome can have a lot of boats and be a Mediterranean powerhouse, where normally there'd be like 5 or 6 civs here. No one would really be on top and control that area of the map, so it's going to be quite interesting how the civs react to the land that they're going to get, or the territory. The Zulu also go in autocracy. Jeez. Not much creativity. We do have a city in Australia, and it is the Zulu who got here first, so credit to them. They sent a settler over. They got another one coming as well, so it's exciting. And maybe this one's going to come too. Could be a third. Rome has conquered Germany's city in Brittany, so yeah, it's all fallen apart for Germany, sadly. Hamburg, they actually ignored Cologne. They could end up with Stuttgart and Hamburg, though. That would be great. But yeah, there's a real race on here to just eat up what remains of Germany. The Mayans grabbed 2 cities, including splitting the island of Cuba. And this one as well, which is Jamaica. Obviously, it's the biggest one, but obviously it's not showing all of them. And then this one is Haiti, Dominican Republic. Or maybe I've got that wrong. Maybe it's the other way around. But either way, those islands... This island has gone to the Mayans. Like I said, they're not particularly accurate. I think there's probably like 6 islands here or something in reality, so doesn't matter too much. And there we go. China did grab a city on the west coast, the northern part of it. Not great for the Shoshone. None of these others are really a threat. This one's not on the coast. This one's very difficult to get to as well. The US looks like they are going to hold on to this city now. Oh, and the Shoshone actually grabbed it back. So for now, at least, it's going to stay with them. But at the moment, the focus has definitely got to be on Europe. We'll see 2 German cities very low, but they could go to Rome or Russia. You know, this one could easily fall either way. Hamburg, definitely. Look, there's 1 unit of each here. It's going to be messy. Germany may end up grabbing this back, and I really hope they do. Germany may just be exiled to the UK here, but there we go. Hamburg does go to Rome. That's a big chunk of land. And Berlin, though, drops into the yellow. This is big. This is going to shape the game, because Russia was doing very well. Maybe number 1. I mean, I think the Zulu are a similar sort of size, and especially if they get more and more of Australia. Because China, no settlers coming down yet. There's nothing. I don't know if the Inca have got a... Brazil have got one coming. Okay. New Zealand, you know, you can get 2 good cities here as well. And some of these islands are still available. There's plenty of islands out here for civs to rack up, so it's not completely a disaster if you don't get any of them. Or sorry, if you don't get the first one. Probably do want to get at least some. Russia grabs Stuttgart in Turkey, which will... It's not too bad of a mess of the borders, I guess. It would connect eventually. There we go. Cologne's still available here in the Balkans, and Berlin. I mean, I think it's whoever goes first, isn't it? And I'm not even sure. I think it is Russia. but it would be great if Rome could get this, just for, you know, making it a bit more interesting. Not that it won't be. Germany does get a go, which could spare... Oh, Rome did go first. Yep, so there we go, Rome. So Germany killed a few Russian units, and then Rome went first anyway. So Rome steals away Berlin, so that will make up for the fact that they didn't quite get Stuttgart, despite doing most of the work on that siege. And there we go, the race for Munich. I mean, again, border-wise, it would connect with Russia, so it's not gross, but it would be a bit nicer if Rome got this. I think it would make the game a little bit more interesting. Rome with another settler here in Iberia, and then you could still get another one on the east coast here. They do control the channel, also the access point to the Mediterranean, but obviously this Songhai city could eventually cut them off, so maybe settling here or something and making sure you have an open passage could be a good idea. If I was Rome, maybe think about that. There's still a lot of Japan available, not too many luxuries, so maybe it won't be settled, but you know, China could definitely add a couple more cities in this region, but then that goes for the whole Pacific as well. They do have Jakarta now, and they have this sort of chain of islands, so they can move around and eventually block Siam off. We're probably going to hit about turn 200 today, so that's perfect. Then we can do the info addicts for the next episode for Tuesday, so that works out pretty well. Feels like we're getting very far in this game. I guess it's because there's not as many civs as usual. That must be playing some part of it. The map's also just not as full as usual. Obviously, normally there's loads of civs and every little tile is full at this point. Rome did settle just about perfectly in Barcelona territory with a city called Caesar Augusta. They obviously ran out of names, just started naming them after emperors at that point. Fair enough. Right, here we go. Next two cities to drop for Germany. Sadly for Germany, but you know, it's going to happen. Rome and Cologne. Sorry, not Rome and Cologne. Munich and Cologne. We'll see where these go. Again, I mean, if both of them were to go to Rome, that would make things very interesting. But at the same time, I think Rome is big now. We can't, you know, they are on a similar size to Russia right now. I think Russia maybe is a bit ahead because they were bigger earlier. But even one of these is good enough for Rome. And you see they do get Munich. Russia, or Cologne is still up for grabs going into the next term. But yeah, Rome getting Munich. Another big victory, because that probably prevents Russia getting the UK as well. So Rome could eventually grab this land as well. So yeah, now I would say the tide is maybe tilted towards Rome out of these Europeans. Siam versus Egypt. I mean, that makes sense, but there's no way they get through this gap or onto this island. So, a bit weird. Not the best choice, I'm afraid. Not the best choice. But you know, at least they're declaring wars. We've had plenty of games where wars just don't happen. So, can't really complain. Can't complain when we're getting quite a few every few turns. This time around, China did hold on to the west coast the second time, this city, so that's good news for them. Not so great for the Shoshone. Brazil grabbed this at some point. I must have missed that. Well, there we go. And they did split the Aztecs at least on land, which will be frustrating for the Aztecs. They're actually now 4 cities. They're on par with the Mayans again. That's not where you want to be. Not a good sign. Okay, the Zulu, to be fair, are really struggling against the Songhai, putting up a good defense. So we'll see. I mean, I thought Shaka was going to do great, but Egypt obviously maybe threw them off a little bit with that great defense. I mean, I can't get over Egypt. They defended so well just to give away a city to a Civ that had 0 chance of taking any of their cities. I guess maybe now Rome could have taken Memphis. You know, they have a lot of boats, but that was so stupid. And Cologne should fall to Russia. Yeah, Rome did the work, but there we go. Cologne goes Russia's way. I think all things swear they can both be pretty happy with what they gained out of that war. I think Rome definitely got more overall. Frankfurt, you know, Dortmund, Munich, Berlin, Hamburg. Yeah, they got the best parts. I think Rome obviously got Essen and Dusseldorf, Stuttgart and Cologne. Oh, sorry, Russia. I keep getting these all mixed up. Russia, Rome, Germany, Cologne. They all just got similar endings or beginnings. The Aztecs just took another city off. Sorry, the US took another... Words today. The US took another city off the Aztecs. So yeah, it's looking rough for them. The US will probably look to wrap this up pretty soon and move on, I'm guessing, towards the Shoshone maybe, or even across the Atlantic to Germany. The Zulu and the Songhai pieced out. Did they give anything away? They did. They gave away a 20 pop city. I don't know why they did that. But, you know, that's just AI things. I mean, the Zulu had to put in a lot of work just to get that, so it's not a disaster, but obviously 20 population, that is already the Zulu's biggest, or second biggest, yep, second biggest city, just like that, so that's a bit concerning. But, you know, you'd at least hope the Songhai could put up a similar good defense, although it's going to be much harder now the Zulu have this territory. Before you were sort of defending just here, now you've got to defend all the way around. So it is going to be tougher. Madagascar and more going to the Zulu. They also settled up here to block off the Red Sea entrance, which will annoy no one actually. There's no canal, there's no Arabia, so there's no actual coastal cities in the area, so probably no one's going to be too bothered. The Zulu did grab their second city in Australia, and Brazil is about to give us the third overall city in Australia. Germany and Rome piecing out, as do Russia and Rome, so Russia holds on to this city. Germany will survive in the UK for now, but are probably in last place at the moment. I guess them, the Mayans, the Aztecs are all down there. But yeah, for Rome and Russia, I think that's success. And obviously, I mean, look, we're poised now for a massive war between those two at some point. I'm sure the info addicts can get us very excited for that when we get to them. Not sure, that actually might be this episode now. I'm just looking at it. It's going to be pretty close. We're going to hit like an awkward point where we're probably going to hit 200 with like 2 minutes to go or something. But yeah, these two are now primed to fight each other. And on a bigger scale, Russia is almost in Germany's position now, because Germany was sandwiched between Rome and Russia. But now Russia is, in theory, if you zoom out, it won't let me zoom any further out, but you know, they are sandwiched between Rome, pretty powerful in the west, and China. And I don't know if Rome and China will work together. Could they even do it? China seems a bit more Pacific focused at the moment, but you know, could we see a war between these two? Obviously, the interesting thing there is China is the only order civ, so I don't know if they're going to be doing their own thing. Just them versus the world. They also look very good tech-wise. That is a battleship in there, so maybe China's leading on technology. I mean, we won't... They are, yes, okay. But Rome and Russia, pretty dominant in the other statistics. Rome with 3, Russia with 2. That's me in Venice, don't worry. And the Zulu leading population. So there we go. Did Indonesia just get killed off? Well, they actually did. They're just travelling around. That's brutal. Okay. Normally they somehow get pieced out and get to survive, but no, they are just dead. Well, actually, yeah, it's hard to piece them out, because I don't think the AI can declare war once they don't have cities left, and then they normally piece out and it's just all a mess. I don't really know how it works. I assume that AI do not see the game. They're just running like the numbers, you know, they just see the zeros and ones. They don't see like all the options we have. Like, if they have no cities, I can still talk to them through this menu, but in theory, you know, if they don't have cities, I don't think the AI talks to them. But sometimes they maybe do. But there we go. Brazil with Manaus. I don't know why the eastern coast of Australia is so popular. I guess there's a bit more woods, less desert. But there you go. Next to Brazil. That'd be interesting if those two had a fight. Not really particularly close. There's the whole Indian Ocean away for the Zulu. Brazil's even further away because they have to come around the bottom of South America. That's quite a journey they have to make. Is the US? Ooh, it looks like they will take the Aztecs capital fairly soon. So they are growing into Mexico. So they're still growing. They've definitely slowed down. But also all their cities are getting bigger. They've added St. Louis here, so another city. The Shoshone have added a few more up this way. They now have cities in the Atlantic as well. Ireland still open. There is cotton here, so there is... Yeah, I guess maybe Germany will go for it at some point. They could be the obvious choice. Now Rome have obviously been keen to continue settling, so maybe they will still go for it. Egypt and the Siam, a lot of battles, but no, I don't see anyone getting any cities, even though they have some awkward borders all over the place. It's not quite going to happen, is it? Alright, what is going to be the big next thing? What's going to happen? Who's going to be the next civ to fall? There's some interesting possibilities, you know. Oh, new idea. Come on. What's the chance it's not autocracy? Pretty low. Yep, nope, there we go. Songhai also going autocracy. Fair enough. It looks like they're about to go for their go for broke play, right? You've pieced out with the Zulu for a while, so you're safe for a little bit longer. Not too long, but a while. So attack Egypt while they're sort of fighting Siam on this side. That could be a good move. It may go horribly wrong, but you know, go for it. Why not? Brazil gets autocracy. So there we go. No changes at all. And they also complete the Louvre Museum art gallery museum thing. I think it is an art gallery, but I'm guessing it's sort of museum-y too as well. I've not been. I think I went past it on a bus on a trip, but I've never actually been in there. So it's where the Mona Lisa is, right? So I'm guessing it's art mostly, but maybe it's a museum too. I don't know. Someone will inform me who knows more than me. Quite famous though. Songhai does declare war on Egypt. That was pretty obvious. As soon as they do, Egypt actually pieces out with Siam. So this could actually backfire horribly for the Songhai. Luckily, these mountains, it's probably too awkward for Egypt to come over. And I think Shaka either is still at war with Egypt, or is... And I didn't realise, or... Yeah, maybe... Oh, yeah, he definitely is. Okay, so the Zulu... Never mind, Egypt in big trouble. I didn't realise that. That's an issue. Oh, the Aztecs, there we go. That was coming for a while. They lose their capital, so the US just gradually getting stronger, adding more territory, bit of a slower civ in that regards, but they're still up there. They're still one of the biggest. I think they definitely were one of the biggest from the earliest, so nothing to really be concerned about as we get towards turn 200. Big moment coming up as we look at the info addicts again. We'll see who is doing well. It's hard to tell because Russia's huge, but Rome now has most of Europe. Like, you can't count them out. The Zulu have all of southern Africa making moves in Australia. China and the US maybe are outside of that top sort of fourth and fifth now to these other three, Russia, Rome, Zulu. I'm not sure. The info addicts will reveal a bit more, but I'm imagining those five will be topping a lot of the categories. Obviously, there'll be some specific areas. Maybe the Shoshone will pop in on land or something. I'm not sure. Brazil will probably have a couple of stats. Maybe the Inca will do okay in one or two. You know, but apart from, again, Siam's okay. But we are very quickly getting to a point where it's quite clear who the big boys are here in this game. Egypt denounces Siam. Egypt friends with the Shoshone. America. Rome and Russia now friends. That's a big announcement. We don't normally read those, but seeing that one means we're probably not going to see a war between these two anytime soon. They're both huge. They have a lot of units. Rome actually has a plane as well, so that came out of nowhere. They have a lot of units in different areas, but it is going to be an awkward fight between the two of them because it's just such a wide area. Obviously, you'd feel Berlin, this stretch here would be the front line, yeah, between the Black Sea and the Baltic Sea, but you know, you've got this area here in the Balkans. There's going to be other areas that they fight. It will be quite crazy when it hopefully does happen. The Mayans, but you know, we want to see it, you know, be friends for now, fight later. We want to see them when they're at full strength, absolutely throwing everything at each other. That would be cool. US with another settler in the Caribbean. The Mayans v the Aztecs, how the tables have turned there, and the Inca will be joining in, so we probably should see the Aztecs lose the former Mayans' capital. I mean, this city will be safe for a bit longer. China also with a plane. They are surrounded by the Shoshone, but the terrain is not gonna make it too easy for them. So we'll see how that ends up as we hit turn 200. Are we gonna get a nice big war to end it up? No, but we do get a peace deal. The US showing some mercy on the Aztecs. They were going for it. Look, they were coming through, but they finally said no, enough's enough. We'll peace out for now. Still no more settlers heading to Australia. Don't know. China does have one. I don't know where this is going. It's too early. It could literally settle right there, so it's too early to tell where they're heading. But it could be quite interesting. See where it ends up. The US did put down their settler here, Miami, nice in the Caribbean. Let me know. As always, we always ask this question. It's just one that comes up. It's quite a chilled one. Where would you like to live in this world? I'm guessing somewhere like this would be quite nice. US, Miami. I feel like the US is a pretty chill civ. I mean, obviously, I know they've been killing people, but that is this game. We can't avoid that point here. Everyone has got blood on their hands in this one. Has anyone been peaceful the whole time? No. All these civs have got a bit, I guess, maybe you could feel bad for Germany, but yeah, I don't know where would you like to live? Let's ignore the governments of these countries for just a moment and just, you know, purely on sort of, obviously security is an element, but also just weather. Where would you like to live? I don't know. Let me know. But there we go. We hit turn 200. That will be it for this episode. Perfect timing as well, which is lovely. So as always, if you have enjoyed, be sure to leave a like and a comment down below. Be sure to subscribe as well if you are new to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.